eye without bringing too much of this part of the eyelid down, because that's not how that works. It doesn't happen like that. On some people, you know, as they get older, they'll get a little bit more meat over here that hangs down, and then it will always hang down over the eye. But again, you want that to fit your character. If your character has that, then you need to weight that appropriately. If you have more topology to work with, you're going to want to weight that appropriately as well. So, but for this character, we are going to go in and select, hit W, select these verts right here. All right, and we're going to put all these verts onto our eyebrow. Let's see where that is. Joint, eyebrow, left. I have it as inner. Yes, it's the inner eyebrow, mid eyebrow, and outer. And we're going to do that to, let's do a 0.5 for now. And we'll leave the other influence of the head, so then it's not like too crazy to start. Now let's keep going and select the next couple segments. We're going to want this one to be blended too. So we'll select these rows right here. And we'll do these as a 0.5 for the mid. 0.5. This one right here, I kind of want to do this to the mid as like a 2.5. Yeah. The next couple rows, we wanted to put this right to the tail end. See how this hangs over? We might want to address that, or we might have to add these to it. We'll see how it goes. So we want to do this to the outer. I'll do this as a 1.5. So let's go in and set some keys and see what this looks like and see where we need to start doing our blending. But it's as simple as that to set up the eyebrows. Now, some eyebrows are way more elaborate, and you can do like squiggly, cartoony stuff with it. But again, we're doing this for game animation. It's just so we can convey some subtle emotion for when our character emotes or does something unique. So let's save our file. Let's go back to our object mode. Let's go back to our outliner. Now we're going to set some keys. Let's go to our joint eyebrow. 1, 2, 3. Those are our joints. Hit W. Make sure you're on your frame 0. Hit S. Now let's go ahead and go to frame 30. Hit S again. Let's make sure we're on our local axes. So right now we're in world. Let's go to object mode and go to our local. The way we set this up, it should move along the contours of the head with how we set up our vertices, not our vertices, our gizmos axes. So you can see X is pointing down, but if you rotate, you can see we'll be moving on a really good angle in relation to the head. So let's close some of these windows. So on frame 30, we have them all selected. We're going to move X. Let's do them one at a time. So S, and then we can move this around. See how it's moving a lot? We need to tone that down a little bit. So we can go up. Let's just go up on X axis this way. Hit S. Go to our next one, our mid. Go up on X axis. Hit S. And outer. Go up on X axis. Hit S. So there's a raised eyebrow. We can probably raise it even more than that. There's other things you can do. You can also rotate. But we don't need to get that far into it yet. We just want to make sure we get our blending to look good. All right. So close our outliner, select our mesh, go to vertex mode. And you can see how blocky it looks right here. We want to smooth all that out so it's not as blocky. It looks like, let's go back to object mode and go back to mid. Move this up a little bit more. I want to be on the right frame, frame 30. Move this up a little bit more. Now let's close this and go back. All right, cool. So now you can kind of see, just like what we did with the eye, we want to make sure these contours still look pretty good. We're going to want to blend this up a little bit more into the eyebrow controls as well. So let's get right into it. We don't want this to be influenced as much as it is. So let's go back to our head joint. And we're going to leave it, let's leave it at 0.2. 0.02, I mean. All right. Let's add some of this row. Let's give this, 1, 2, 3. Let's give this a 0.02 for our eyelid L upper or inner. Whoa, upper, lower. That's not what I want. I want eyebrow L inner. Okay. Let's leave this at a 0.2. Give this a little bit of influence. Let's select these next ones, and they're going to get a little bit of influence from the mid. Let's take these down a little bit. Back to the head joints. 1, 2. Back to the head joint a little bit. I want this to go to mid. This one is a 50-50. This is right in the center. So I want this one to be blended to the L eyebrow L outer. This one needs to be blended to something else. Maybe more to the eye. Mid. That looks better. It looks pretty good. All right, so let's this needs to be to the inner. Let's do a 0.02. So I'm adding the center line right here to have a little bit of influence, much like what we did with the back when we brought our shoulders up and out like this. You can see in the back it actually deforms and it makes it where the mesh is moving a little bit for that pixel shift. It'll make it look a lot nicer. So there's our eyebrow. Let's kind of lessen this a little bit. Let's bring this up a little bit more. So let's just select this whole row. This row I do not believe is influenced by even our eye. That's right, it's all to the head right now. So let's influence this. let's do it in smaller sections. So this will be to the inner eyebrow. This will be to the mid eyebrow. So let's select our mid, left mid, and then we're gonna do this one all the way. I think we did a 0.2 was what I did. So this one will go, these two will all go all the way to the outer as a 0.2. All right, so those are all 0.2. That looks pretty good. Let's give this a little bit more influence by the head. I think I can just do this like this and select head and then go 1, 2, 3. Now I hope that didn't just share with everybody. It did not. All right, good. Let's see what this looks like. Let's turn off object mode, deselect. Save your file. And then let's just scrub and see what that looks like. That looks pretty good. We can probably finesse it a little bit more. But you can see the contour of the eyebrow on the top, much like what I have right here. Like there's no eyebrow hair or anything on it, but you can see when it moves, it actually does move that area of the skin. So when you look at this right here, that moves pretty good. Only reason why it looks like it's like kind of growing and stretching is because I kept everything moving on the x-axis. So everything is moving kind of out in a way, as opposed to me trying to keep it conformed a little bit more to a certain type of expression. So that's fine. So right now we have the left eye and the left eyebrow and the left eyelids working. I'm going to save this file. And what would be good is you should be able to watch this and do the other eye and the other eyebrow as well. It's good to do them again by hand instead of trying to like copy weights over, because this is going to be it's going to be good to learn how to do this, and the more you do it, the better you're going to get at it. So what we'll do is we'll save that file like that for now. And let's test our work and see and make sure, you know, everything is working. And then we'll feel more comfortable going over to the other eye. So let's save our file. We are on 18, so that's fine. Let's just click save again. So now what we have to do, we need to go in and let's close our root. We need to select all these locators, hit delete. So now let's do build rig. Let's select our character. Let's do build rig. Let's save our file first. Save our file. Now let's build rig.